Hello, and we're back with another episode of Academia School Simulator. I'm Magnus Modestus. Thanks for joining me. So when we left off in the last episode, we'd built 3 more classrooms. We'd built the club, though I still don't know what the club is or what it does, so we'll find that out. We built the clinic, and we had a problem with kids going hungry. I'm not sure if they're not eating or if the food isn't being put out in time for them, or maybe the food's just not very good. I really don't know. But we'll continue on now and see what else we can get done. Have a look at some more of these grants and see what else I can earn some money for. So as you can see here, there is obviously the school expansion one here is the obvious next one to go for. But the expanding horizons is that requires to build a library, which sounds like it could be interesting. So we might go for that one next, to be honest. And then there's possessing full faculties, which actually that just requires a faculty room. So that should be a nice, quick, easy one. Let's do that first. So as you can see, there's this faculty, I think a faculty room, basically what we'd call a staff room, or a teacher's lounge or something. So that needs to be 5 by 5. It needs to have an office table and a chair. So I'm going to put that in next to the clinic, I think. Not really sure if this is going to actually be big enough. So actually what I might do is I'll make it bigger than it needs to be. 7 internally. And that should be plentiful. Now I noticed some of the students are in the club. I'm not sure what they're doing in there, apart from making a bit of a mess as usual. But they seem to be going there. That's something. They're going there to have a fit at least, if not to actually use it for anything useful. I assume it's like some kind of chess club or games club or something like that, but I'm not really sure. It's not a concept I'm familiar with. Never had them when I was at school, so I don't know if we just don't have them in this country or if we just didn't have them then. So it's been many years, well over a decade since I was at school. So, you know, things do change. And to be honest, when I was at school, I wasn't paying that much attention. I was the naughty child for most of my school career. Okay, so we need an office table, a chair, and a filing cabinet. Let's put that in there. Chair. Filing cabinet. There. In fact, we'll put another desk in there. Okay. So when the builders come back in the morning, they'll put that in place, and we will have a functional faculty room. And a bit. Not really sure where I'm going with the layout of this school just yet. I'm thinking I'll probably move things around. Well, I'll certainly have to move things around because this cafeteria is not big enough. Even for now, I don't think, once we get some more students in, let alone as we expand. So I'm thinking maybe I may move it so that the cafeteria is in the middle. And then all the other classrooms, club, clinic, toilets and all that sort of around the outside. So you've got like faculty in the middle here, the corridor around it, and then the other rooms coming off the outside of that, which is pretty much the layout of the school I went to when I was about 10, I want to say. And, you know, it seemed to work for them. Of course, something we have in schools in this country that I'm not sure if they have in other countries. Certainly, it doesn't seem to be in this game. Like an assembly hall where we all had to gather every morning to sing songs or say hymns. Or this particular school, it was just to listen to teachers prattle on about something they found really interesting that none of us 9 or 10-year-olds gave the first damn about, really. I mean, every school I went to had assembly hall, but they don't seem to be in the game, so I don't know if they're coming or if they're just only a thing that we do in the UK, in which case it wouldn't be missing much. Of course, this particular school, the assembly hall, doubled up as the PE hall and also as the lunch hall. So, guess that would sort of save space if all three of those are implemented. Save space. Well, presumably in game we wouldn't be able to switch a room between 3 different functions. So we'd have to find a way to fit all 3 rooms in, which may result in a bigger school, which may then result in more classrooms, more classes, more students, and more money. So that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. I may seek to put the toilets more central, well, if and when I do that move, and possibly, well, probably have more toilets. Because as it is, we have 5 male toilets, 5 female toilets. And if we're bringing in a load more students, so that we're going to have 100 students in total, may need more toilets than that. So, anyway, we have completed that particular task. We've got the money. And now let's look at building the library and the computer lab. Because money. Money, money, money. Can't run a school without money. You can't really do anything in this world without money. So, let's see this here. That is 16. The internal is 14, is it? Internal is 14 by 11. 14. I want to be making this as symmetrical as possible just for the time being. So actually, I'm ultimately going to move this so that the classrooms are on the outside, just to be sort of the right depth for those classrooms, which are currently 10 deep. Check that. Yep. Oh, okay. So put a gap there, wall there, gap there. And then we will build brick wall. Okay, like so, and concrete tiles. And we're going to want a zone. See, computer lab wants to be 7 by 5. Library wants to be 5 by 5. So we'll put the library in this smaller room. It's at the club. Computer lab in this, what's currently a slightly larger room. Some doors on. See some concrete tiles. I didn't already. I can't remember. Concrete tiles here. Make it look tidier. So, way out. So then in the computer lab, we're going to need 5 chairs and 5 computers. I don't see why that needs to be such a big room, to be honest. Computer there, there, and there for now. I'm sure we'll want more as school grows, but for now we'll just do that. I might not put those at the front because I don't know if I need to eventually put a teacher's desk or some such at the front. So what I'll actually do, put these like so. So we'll have, what's that, 12 computers. I've just realised I haven't left as much gap between those ones. Well, that's annoying. So dismantle that, dismantle that. Apparently I can't count. There we go. Why there's not chairs here. Took those out. Obviously I did. Okay, so that's the computer lab getting built. And now we need a bookshelf, a table, and 3 chairs for the library. Bookshelf there. And there. Table there. Just put chairs all around it. Should be fine. So they're all building that and assembling the IKEA furniture, so on. So that library is now functional and we've got some money. So that leaves us only with this one grant. Now I believe those other students, yep, they're arriving tomorrow. So we'll apply for that grant, and when tomorrow starts we should just automatically get that money. And we can then also do the next 2 levels of that. We're going up to 100 students tomorrow, I think. We should have 75 new students come in. So we should get that money pretty sharpish. Doesn't seem to be anything else to do. Oh, I didn't realise the builders actually eat in our canteen as well. I assumed it was just for the students. I hadn't noticed that the builders go in there as well. So that's good. We're feeding our workforce. So there is currently a student in there eating when he should be in class, I think. I'm pleased to see he's had a comfortable pee. Oh, he's comfortable because he's had a pee, I think. He's very bored, though. Very bored. Now, I don't know where they're having PE class because there is no PE hall. I think they just take all their classes in the same classroom, which, from my experience of school, isn't necessarily realistic. But maybe that's something that will be subject to change as development continues. But certainly they can't do PE in the same classroom, surely. But I guess they must be. So anyway, let's go on ahead. See what happens tomorrow. Those new students come in, see if we get that extra money. Okay, so they're all just doing their own thing. Seems like there's a little period there between those bells where they get to go in the library, the club, the computer lab, or they go home very late. I shouldn't have 100, I have 75 coming tomorrow. So apparently I need to turn this down to 0, otherwise I'll get a whole new class of freshmen as well as everything else. Okay, well, that's everyone's gone except for the janitors. Did a bit of last minute cleaning up, but they're off home now. And now it's the next day. Just like that. Just like that, it's the next day. And I did actually want one freshman student. Okay, so trying to keep an eye on what's going on with this food situation. So they definitely seem to be cooking food and putting it out. Although none of the students are coming for breakfast. Presumably mum's already fed them. Now they're all filing into their classrooms. We've got 100 students, as intended. So we've completed the 50 expansion. We can also complete the 75 expansion on the spot and the 100. So if we expand to 150, that will make us another $10,000. And that won't be too difficult to do. That's just a couple more classes. So things are progressing nicely, it seems. I'm not sure how much more there is to build. I think we've got at least one of every room now. So from here on in, it's just a case of expanding and optimizing and expanding and getting bigger and, you know, seeing how big we can get before either we can't keep a handle on it all or the computer melts. So that'll be an interesting experiment to continue to explore in the future. For now, I've been Magnus Modestus. This has been Academia School Simulator. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.